this is my least favorite part. And also my favorite part, depending on how terrible or good I am at doing my makeup on that given day. I really like gel liners a lot. And I've got Maybelline New York Eyestudio gel liner in Blackest Black. And I found shopping for this very frustrating. Because I think it was like Black Noir, Blackest Black, just black. And I was like, what? It's black. Like, I understand Blackest Black is what I want, because they make a point to let me know that it is the blackest of the blacks. But are you kidding me with that? Like, can you just, like, dang, give me, be a little more clear about which one is which. But I've got, ew, it's awful. It's got product on it still. I'm going to clean it up before I show it to you. It's embarrassing. And this is kind of a wider angled brush from Coastal Scents. But, like, you don't have to use Coastal Scent. Like, they're cheap, and that's nice. And they're really good if you're just getting started. They're really nice, because they're cheap, and you don't necessarily want to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of brushes you don't know how to use. It's better to, you know, kind of get a group deal. But I'm just going to kind of pat it in there to get, like, the ends of the brush covered, and then I'm just going to kind of clean, like, kind of scrape it along the side so there's not, like, a bunch on the outside. Because sometimes gel liners, they clump up and stuff, and it's not fun. So, depending on how I want to do this, needed a mirror, sorry. It's best to instead of closing your eye or pulling on your eye when you're doing your eyeliner, which I'm sometimes guilty of doing, and it's a thing, it's better to look down into a mirror. Like, I've got my mirror right here, and I'm looking down into it to do my eyeliner. But you're just gonna kind of, I always start in the middle, and it's, I don't do, like, I find watching people do one continuous line, like, hypnotic. Like, how do you do that? Because I don't do that. A lot of people don't do that, or can't, because it's like, how smooth, like, how unshaky are your freaking hands? Mine are pretty shaky. And I have fibromyalgia, so sometimes I get random muscle spasms, and if I'm trying to do my eyes, that one continuous motion thing just ain't gonna work, because it's like, like I just ruined everything. Awesome. So, I get the base kind of fill color for where I want my eyeliner to be, and sometimes I mess it up, and that's okay, because then I just have thicker liner. But realistically, like, if you want to be super perfect about it, you can go in with, like, eye makeup remover and kind of fix it with a Q-tip. But I don't really like to do that, because sometimes it kind of takes away the eyeshadow I put down, too, so it's not fun. And by the time I get to about the end, I then kind of go backwards from the end towards what I've already got. And sometimes I find that's easier. So there we go, and it kind of wings. If I want it to wing, I kind of take up. And this is where it gets really irritating. But try to relax your eye as much as possible. And if you find that you kind of overdid it on the wing, just kind of do that. Just kind of like brush it up. And then you can, I need more product. Sometimes I like to use just like the skinny liner brush for this. It's also very effective. Build out from the line you just made and try to like blend it into what you already got. And then clean. No! There we go. Not super perfect, but kind of a basic, you know, like, and then we're gonna take it under a little bit just so it connects, so it makes sense. But I want that to be a little blendy. So, I'm going to kind of come in and kind of smudge that a little bit. And that's the liner on that eye. Okay, so I just did the other one because I thought it might be boring. Slash, if I jacked it up, I didn't want to do it on camera. So I just did the other one, and they're not perfect. They're not exactly the same. And you know what? It's okay, and I don't care that much. I do and I don't. I mean, you know. It's nothing that the camera's even going to notice. Like, that's something you have to remind yourself all the time. Even if you're going to be on camera, the stupid little tiny baby things that you think are a big deal might not be a big deal. So don't stress yourself over every little detail of your face. It is okay to have some imperfections. Actually, that's more natural, and especially if you're going for a more natural look, it's okay. So I'm not doing my mascara yet because I feel like doing my brows first. So I'm going to brush them up. And there are a bunch of different ways to do your brows, and I should do just an entirely brow video. And you guys can let me know if you want to see that. And I know some people do, so I will end up doing it regardless. So I've gotten requests from friends, like, I want to see these brows. Like, okay. I love brows. So I have two options for brows. This camera's not really showing it super well, but I have, I guess, pretty red toned hair. And my light is awful, so I apologize. You can't tell that I'm a redhead. It makes me very sad. But, whatever. I'm going to... I use my Naked eyeshadows for my brows. And I either use the Naked color that I used earlier for my crease, or I use Buck to do my brows. And it just depends on how I'm feeling on a given day, if I'm going to do them, like, because Buck is darker. So do I want them darker? Do I want them more undertone? We're going to go with Buck today. Pick some of that up. And a lot of times I'll start back here and just kind of fill in, because there's some sparsity back there. I'm gonna fill it, and I usually take it down a little bit too. Pretty much the place where I still have like a couple stray hairs on the ends of my brow, I go down that far. And you don't have to do it that way, but I like having like that super far out end. I think it's great. My cat just sneezed. And then I'm gonna go and make a line under the rest of it, just so I get, you know, it's kind of continuous line. And it's pretty sparse up here, like for me, like right up there. It's like the sparsest place between both my brows. So I always end up kind of putting a little more there just to kind of fill that in. But you don't have to go crazy with it, because if you want them to look natural, it's okay to have a little bit, like it's thinner up here, because that's, a lot of people's brows are like that. You don't necessarily want it to be super crazy thick. If you do, sometimes I do that, but I don't necessarily right now. But I just want to kind of make sure that I've got the shape pretty good. Kind of go up in here, and sometimes I kind of push it back and forth to kind of get the skin, because some of it doesn't really take that well if I'm just kind of going over it very lightly. So if I want it to really take, right? So there's that brow, and I usually kind of run some of this through the middle part too, just to kind of make sure I've got a decent all over color. So there we go with that. I use brow sculpting gel. I think this is Ardell. I'm so embarrassed, look at how dark it is, because I use it often after I fill my brows with shadow, and eventually it just makes the whole thing very brown. But I'm just going to kind of brush up. I should still have my mirror because it's deceiving to my eyes to look in the viewfinder. So I'm going to kind of brush up, kind of brush sideways, but being very careful not to brush down until I get here, because I want to keep the width. This is my least favorite eyebrow. But there we go. So there's that one. Right. So my other brow is done. And it is my favorite brow. Look at it. Like, it's on fleek. And this one's like, what's happening? It's just what it is, man. Like, eyebrows are sisters, not twins. Yeah, so I use eyeshadow and clear brow gel. Sometimes clear mascara. Like, if I'm on the market for something like that, like, I'll usually settle for clear mascara if I can't find a brow gel, because honestly, I kind of think they're the same thing. And I'm not going to pay stupid amounts of money for a brow gel if they have a clear mascara. Like, why would I do that? Like, they're the same thing. So I use the Covergirl Clump Crusher, Lashblast. I love it. I need more, but I love it because, I don't know, like the brushes, the bristles are so tiny and they just grab onto my lashes, and it's not, like, I don't like clumpy stuff at all. And this was not lying when it says that it's not clumpy. It wasn't lying. But I usually kind of come in and like wiggle towards the base. Oh, and it's so obvious that this is like almost gone. I'm so sad. I need to just get more, but I thought, oh, I'll experiment, try some different mascaras, and I've hated them all. I don't like falsies. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people like rave over falsies, but it's clumpy. I don't like it. I find that the little tiny bristles are actually better at grabbing my lashes and separating them. And I don't know, I need my lashes to be separated. I don't want like 4 lashes that are all like, I don't want that. And I take a little bit on the bottom. So there's that eye. It looks pretty good. I'm not going to do false lashes today. Another day, I'll show you how I do those. So there's that. There we go. And yeah, this eye is my favorite eye too, because it seems like my lashes are fuller and just more like longer on this side, whereas this side is like, help me. So I'm going to put another coat on this side. I always have to be careful. Like, I've seen so many YouTube, like, beauty gurus put, like, multiple coats of mascara on. Sometimes that works for me. Sometimes they clump the more you put it on, so you kind of have to be careful. But there's... Not see, now I feel like I need more on this side. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, so there's the eyes. They are done. Little bit of that, little bit of that. And of course they look super uneven on camera, but I looked at them off camera and they looked good. We're gonna embrace it. We're gonna embrace it. Alright, so next thing I'm gonna do, and one of the last things I'm gonna do, is a little bit of contouring. Because why not? I'm gonna take my NYC Sunny, and look how old and like sad it is. I'm gonna take that with the brush I used. Actually, I didn't use this brush in this video. I used it on a different one. Sorry. This is UBU, or I guess that's the name of the brand, number 11. They had this on sale at Ulta for like $3, and I was like, I can't. I need this. So I'm just gonna come from like where my sideburns are, and then I'm gonna kind of blend it. I'm gonna go the other way to blend it, like flip the brush. Look at that. Look at them cheekbones. Do it on your side. I don't know why I always do fishy face, because I don't really need to. I can see where my cheekbones are, but I do it anyway sometimes, so I'm going to do that. Take some under the jaw, because for some reason I don't think my jaw's strong enough. Ridiculous. Alright, come under there, do a little on the side, a little on this side, blend it down so that it kind of connects with the other. Some along the hairline, because that's important. You know, I just feel like if you're gonna contour, if you're gonna use bronzer on your face at all, you don't really want it to just be in one place. You kind of want it to blend. That's just me. I mean, sometimes I want it more dramatic, but let's, you know, take some under here, blend it out. Okay, now, I'm not gonna do my lips all the way in this video, but I'm going to put some balm on them just so they're not like super dry. And this is, what brand even is this? It's Loreal Paris in Heavenly Berry. It's one of their color rich balms. And I really like this. It doesn't really give like any color at all. And it kind of has a taste like, I suppose it does have some color. The camera definitely picks it up. Kind of has a taste like, but it smells medicated. But if you just wanted, like, if you were just going to kind of go out and stuff, that's really simple. And it keeps your lips hydrated, which is really nice. And there's just a little bit of color. It looks kind of like gloss. But it's not sticky. It feels like a lip balm, and I dig that. Alright, so this is the completed face. And yeah, it's just really natural. Nothing super crazy going on. Except for, like, I mean, the eyeliner is not natural. Okay, if we're just being honest. If I actually wanted, like, natural eyeliner, there are ways, but this is not it. But yeah, that's pretty much my face, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you want to like it and subscribe and shit, that's really cool. I like that. But I will catch you all next time.